So anyway, so to continue, I started calling 800 numbers. I was so mad. As I was like, I moved out here. This is the big city. You've got all the stores. What the heck is going on? I can't find Wet and Wild, much less the displays. Going on and on and on. So Walgreens said they're gonna have. I said I want to speak to a district manager. I've already been to the stores. They said, well, somebody will call me back. I said, I need to speak to the person who actually orders this stuff to find out. I said, I don't want to waste my time going to the store twice a week and calling every other day. I said, if they don't have it, I want to know they don't have it. Instead of putting me through to the district manager, they said I'll get a call within like I think 48 hours. They had the regular store manager call me. I could have did that myself. It was just so depressing. They said that because they have to order this months and months and months in advance, and they just overlook most of the Wet and Wild. They just overlook. They saw Magnetic. They said, we'll just carry Sally Hansen. We don't need to carry the Wet and Wild 2. They saw Saved by the Nails, and it's like, what the heck is that? And they basically, she said, they just overlooked that stuff. And, especially if one of the major brands are going to have it, major drugstore brands, then they just don't feel the need to carry the Wet and Wild 1 too, which doesn't make sense because Sally Hansen's was something like $8 and Wet and Wild's was something like $5. So it just doesn't make any sense to me, and I told them this is a win-win for you. I said, girls go on a hunt for this stuff. When they find it, they will buy backups. So you're not going to lose. Not only would they buy backups, but they will buy for prizes to give away as, contest prizes. I said, so you're making money from your customers, and, you're not going to lose. You're not going to lose. So Wet and Wild, Walgreens was like, they said to me, if you can give me the numbers, the actual numbers, which all of them have, the UPC numbers in the back, then I can tell you what we can order, blah, blah, blah. I said, but we don't find out. I said, Wet and Wild doesn't tell us until after it's already, until it's ready to come out. By then it's too late for you to order it. So that just left me so bummed. And they said that there are two major Walgreens, and lo and behold, it was one all the way out there where I was, and I saw it and I didn't go in. She said, oh, I bet you they carry every single display. So I called that one. And the store manager says, we don't order that, even though the other manager says they did. He said, we don't order them. The corporate does it now. So I'm like... And he's like, that's pretty much out of our hands, and we haven't really seen displays here in a while for Wet and Wild and blah, 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 blah. So I was like majorly bummed. And I meant to call HEB, but I got busy taking care of the garage, trying to work on the garage. I really want to get that done so I can just finish my homeschool and be over with it. But anyway, so that was just really so bumming to me. And I said, well, what about Fantasy Makers? Because Walgreens is one of the biggest carriers, and so is Rite Aid, which I don't have a Rite Aid. Oh, I've never seen that here before. Fantasy Makers. I'm like, this is not going to be fun for me. Anyway, CVS, though, did call me back, and they sounded really interested. They said, if you're a vlogger, then you know what you're talking about. I'm really going to look into this and see if we can start carrying the limited edition. I said, even if you don't want to carry Wet and Wild on a permanent basis, at least just carry the displays. I said, because girls go on the hunt and you're not going to lose. And they said, well, we're going to look into that, but it might not be in every store, blah, 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 but I can call and find out what stores will have it. So that was promising. But before I made those final calls, though, I had stopped at one of the Walgreens a little bit outside of my area, and I was talking to the girl there who works cosmetics, and she was saying how so many women come in there looking for things, and how it's so frustrating. She says these women, she says literally to hunt to find a shade or something that you're looking for. And she says it shouldn't be that way. And I totally agree with her. She's like, call corporate. She's always the one to say, call corporate, call corporate. So I sent out that letter to CVS Corporate, and I'm going to find out Walgreens Corporate. I'm going to write them too. But again, retail therapy, I was so messed up. I was eyeing these. Just came out. Maybelline Great Lash. I used to only wear Great Lash until they changed the formula, which was horrible. And I stopped using it. And I wasn't going to get these. I'm like, I have so much mascara, but they were on sale. So I grabbed them. So basically, I opened these up and I took pictures and everything for you. Right now, they should be at your Walgreens and hopefully your other major drugstores. And they're the Great Lash Colored Mascaras in purple, blue, green, and teal. I only wear teal like on my birthday. The month of my birthday. So yeah, I took pictures of that, and I'll show those to you now.